Hello and welcome back to another video, and welcome to the new year. We are here now in 2021, so here for my first video in 2021, so I thought it was fitting to do a video on the MotoGP 2021 mod. A link to it will be in the description below if you haven't heard of it or you haven't seen it, but basically it's a mod that I created to basically make the 2021 season in the MotoGP 20 game. So today we're going to be doing a last to first challenge here at the Circuit of the Americas, and we'll be playing as Danilo Petrucci on the Tech 3 KTM, so we'll be starting from the back of the grid and seeing how far we can get up the grid in a 35% race. We should be going for the win, really, especially since, of course, it is Austin where the AI are pretty weak. So let's get this race started then and see how we get on.
Well, the race officials are waving the green flag. The riders gather their final thoughts and get ready to race another US Grand Prix here at Austin.
So then Joan Mir on pole alongside Marc Marquez and Brad Binder on the front row there. So let's see if we can catch up to those guys. We've got traction control 2, gone to Palmo 2, waiting for the lights to go out. Lights out and away we go. Off the lines of a side-by-side with Luca Marini off the line here. I have been told apparently there's been some issues with his pace in some of these races. He's been a little bit too slow, so I do need to keep my eye on that as we go through this race. We actually must have been held the back by Lorenzo Savadori there through the first corner. Bagnaia has gone massively off the track, so Pecco Bagnaia losing so much time through the first corner. Marini's getting stuck in there. He's looking for a move on his teammate now. At least out of Enea Bastianini, I've put the corner a little bit there, so not a great start to the race. We're stuck behind 3 Ducatis, and now I've got Savadori looking for a move back past us. We just can't get past the AI. Just taking up the entire width of the track. So I'm trying to be a bit steady on this first lap as well, of course. Don't want to have any crashes early on. We've passed a couple of AI around the outside there. You can see we've got Takaki Nakagami trying to hang around the outside, so he's pretty far down the order. We've got Bastianini now as well on the outside, so I'm in the wrong gear completely. I'm in second gear, should have been in first gear through that section. So we've not ridden this first lap very well because we've only passed Savadori so far. We're going to have to go up the inside of a few AI up into this hairpin then. So up the inside. Now I've got on the inside of Nakagami. Martin just in front of us. We're trying to get out off the hairpin. Past Nakagami we go. We're going to get past Martin here as well, I think, if we get a bit of slipstream off Pecco Bagnaia. And there's our teammate Lecuona being out-dragged as well by Martin. Martin's really on a charge there, absolutely blasting past Lecuona. So we go past Martin. Marini's on the inside there. He's been passed by Bagnaia as well as we go down into the hairpin. Then trying to go around the outside of Luca Marini. Can we get the move done? Yes, we can. Past Marini, so we're up into 16th now. We're on the wrong side of Bagnaia, really, though. That's going to allow Marini back underneath. We have to sit the bike up, and Marini also had to sit the bike up to avoid Jorge Martin. So, considering how much I was saying about we need to get through quickly, I've not done that so far. Luckily, it is a 7-lap race at this circuit, so that should be plenty of time. We've passed Martin again. Now we've passed Marini again as well, so up into 16th position. So it's not been a good start at all. Also, probably not a very good start for Maverick Vinales, because he's about to be passed by Pecco Bagnaia as well. Miguel Oliveira quite far down the order as well compared to his teammate. As we brake nice and early for the penultimate turn. Bagnaia trying to go around the outside of Vinales. There we go, up the inside of Bagnaia, past Bagnaia, up the inside of Vinales. So up into 14th position now. Oliveira up next, then it's Valentino Rossi in 12th place. We're going to get the run on Miguel Oliveira. There we go, up into 13th, so we passed 1 KTM then. Aleix Espargaro just being passed by Valentino Rossi here. Is Rossi going to get the move done? I don't think, no, he's not quite done it actually. So Rossi still behind. Aleix Espargaro looking for a move there. Almost thought about going on the inside to turn to a Valentino, but we weren't quite close enough to get the run through to attempt that manoeuvre. So there we go through this section then. Up the inside of Rossi. We're on the total wrong line now though. Rossi, we might have collision with him. He hangs it back around the outside. We kind of messed that section up, to be honest, not going to lie. But up the inside of Rossi we go once again then. Are we going to be able to get in front of him? Yes, we are. So now up into 12th position. Aleix Espargaro is up next. Then it's Alex Marquez, and then we're in the top 10, and we can start to just sort of pick them off a bit more slowly. So here we go then, getting the cutback, sliding that rear tyre up the inside of Aleix Espargaro. KTM versus Aprilia. The KTM goes through, past Aleix we go, up into 11th position. Up next now is Alex Marquez, then it is Joan Zarco, and it looks like Fabio Quartararo for those two. Then it's Alex Rins, and then we're really getting into some of the front runners then. So trying to get the slipstream on Alex Marquez here down the straight towards turn 12. Got a really, really good drive on Alex Marquez actually, but I don't think we're going to be able to make the move. Actually, we probably will, because of the lot. The inside we go. We're side by side with three wide into this turn 12 with Alex Marquez, and I can't even remember who it was on the outside. Joan Zarco, I can see him now. I've edged Zarco out to the edge of the circuit a little bit there, so apologies for that, I didn't mean to do that. But up into 9th position then now. Fabio Quartararo up next, then it's Alex Rins, then it's Jack Miller, then it looks like it is Brad Binder, and you can see some of the AI at the front are getting away, so we're definitely going to have to try and hunt them down a little bit. So there's Fabio Quartararo getting on the power. Past Fabio we go, up into 8th position. So now it is Alex Rins up ahead. Well, we're probably going to immediately pass him on the inside here. We're sliding that rear tyre. I am starting to find a bit of a groove now, bit of pace. Not too bad lap time's probably going to be at the end of this lap. We've gone very wide through there though. We've not quite managed to pass Alex Rins there, but down towards the last corner we're going to be able to do it easily. Up the inside of Alex Rins, up into 7th place. Up next then Jack Miller, then it's Brad Binder, and then there's a bit of a gap ahead of Binder to the next rider. So 2 minutes 3.8, so actually not a very good lap time. But of course we were battling our way through and we did mess up the first sector quite badly. So we braked for the first corner, then Miller goes for a bit of a move on a Binder. That's definitely going to affect him here. We're going to get much better drive than Jack Miller down the hill. We're not going to be able to quite do anything about it though. I didn't want to go too aggressive. Close up to the back of Jack Miller. Around the outside we go. There we go. Past Miller up into 6th position. Binder now up next. Are we going to be able to pass him? Because right up to the back of him, we just still haven't quite been able to do it. Up the inside of Binder we go now then. So Franco Morbidelli, it looks like it is up next. Then it's Joan Mir by the looks of it. And then I'm not sure who's in 2nd position. But I think Marc Marquez is leading the way at the moment in this race. So 5th place now then. Next up is Franco Morbidelli. We've got to bridge a bit of a gap to him, but it probably won't take us too long to do that. Hopefully it doesn't anyway. There's not too many laps to go now. I've just realised that tyre wear is actually off in this race, so I didn't mean to do that. Tyre wear and fuel consumption seems to be off. But I've been using Power Mode 1 anyway. I've not been exploiting it and using Power Mode 2 or anything, so I didn't realise that was off. That's my mistake, guys, so apologies for that. But, I think it's because the last time I did a race, it was a 3-lap race, so it just automatically turns it off and doesn't turn it back on again. I didn't notice that, so pretty bad mistake. But we've almost caught up to Morbidelli already, so that was very quick. We've gone in way too hot into turn 12 though, so he's definitely going to make a bit more ground back on me. So here we go then, right on the back of Morbidelli now. Then it's Mir, then I think it's Polo Spagro in 2nd place. I figured out who it is. And then it must be Marc Marquez, unless they are the other way around. I can't tell from this distance behind, but Morbidelli going around the outside here. We're going to just be able to get in front of him, I think, though. 1st and 2nd in the championship of last year we are now battling with, so we've gone past Morbidelli, 2nd position, and we're going to go past Joan Mir for 1st. Well, not for 1st, but the champion of 2020. So there we go then, out of the last corner, coming up towards the line, 2:02.7, a bit of a better lap, but again, still not great. I could probably go a couple of seconds quicker than that if I was riding a little bit better. So now it is Polo Spagro in front of us, and then it's Marc Marquez. We've got about half the race to hunt them both down. It should be fairly easy to do. So here we go then, right on the back of Pol. Here we go, cutting up the inside. We've gone past Polo Spagro now, so the old bike of Pol passes him. I suppose he wasn't ever in this team, but he was on the KTM and he left for Honda. The KTM now moves ahead though into 2nd position. Marc Marquez, the other Repsol Honda, up next, and then we should hopefully be able to get him. We'll probably get him by the end of this lap, I would assume, and then there'll just be a few laps in front. So I could have potentially set the race even lower, but 35% I think is the highest you can go above 3 laps. So lowest you can go above 3 laps. Sorry. So I couldn't really have made it much shorter unless I. Is there a 25% setting? You think I'd know this, but I'm not actually 100% sure. But now Marquez is going pretty defensive, so we've caught him even quicker than I thought we would. We're on the inside now, sliding the rear tyre. There we go, up into the lead of the race then. Marc Marquez moves into 2nd here at Austin, but he comes back at us up the inside through this left-hander, trying to get on the power nice and early. There we go, around the outside of Marc, up into the lead. So Danilo Petrucci hits the front of the race. Can he go for his 3rd career victory? But this time obviously it'll be his 1st on the KTM. So flicking the bike over into turn 19. We've already put a bit of time into him. You can see on the map we've put quite a bit of time into him. It'll be interesting to see what this lap time is. It should be a little bit better. I think I rode a little bit better on this lap, if I'm totally honest. So out the last corner then, bit of a wheelie again. So we come up towards the line, 2:02.2. So again, still not fantastic. I probably want to try and get my head down and set a decent lap time. So at the end of that lap then, only a 2:02.5 on that lap, but now 3 seconds in front of Marc Marquez as we start the penultimate lap of the race. So I'm just trying to see if I can get into the 2:01s. That would be quite nice if I could get into the 2:01s by the end of the race. But the KTM, of course, isn't fantastic. But in Grand Prix mode, all the bikes are pretty good in this game. I will definitely say that. In career mode, yeah, when you've got the unupgraded bikes, some of them are horrendous. Especially the KTM when you first get it is absolutely awful. Probably the Aprilia as well. I've not tried it though. However, in Grand Prix mode, all the bikes are fairly good. They all turn really well. They all flick over well. You can't complain. There's not a massive amount of difference, to be honest. The bikes are all fairly similar. So 3.2 seconds in front. I'm not sure. I think we've got a little bit of a gap over him in that first sector, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did go down because I didn't ride it too well. So through turn 10, then sliding the rear tyre towards the edge of the curb. You can see the rear tyre is actually getting really, really hot now. That's what's happening now. I'm out front a little bit more. I can slide the rear tyre because there's nobody in my way through the mid-corner. like there was before when I was battling through the train of AI. What is the sector time going to be here? 1:02, that's a pretty good lap. If I remember correctly, that is a good lap. So 3.6 seconds now ahead of Marc Marquez, just pulling away with absolute ease, kind of like the first historic challenge that we ever did on this game, Marco Melandri. Once we got out front, we pulled away fairly easily. If you recall the first time when we had that weird glitch where the bike just bottomed out and we got sent to space and we were retired, that was really, really strange. Still the only time I've ever seen that glitch happen, I think, on this game. I think I might have seen it maybe potentially once more, but it only really happens at that corner, so yeah, a little bit strange that. It's kind of funny how the first time I ever went through that corner on this game, that happened to me. So 3.9 seconds now in front, so it should be over 4 by the end of the lap if we do this sector fairly well. So nothing like a career mode margin over the AI, but of course we've not been leading the entire race like we tend to in career mode when we pull out a big gap over them, like that with the Suzuki. So out the last corner then, a bit of a wheelie, coming up towards the line. Are we going to get to the 201? No, 203 that lap, so even worse. I don't think we're going to have the pace to do a 201 here, unfortunately, in this race. 4.7 seconds now though, so we just got to bring our on home. Should be fairly easy to do into turn 1. We've got a little bit wide there, but nothing at the end is the end of the world there. Savadori's just made his way past Enea Bastianini. So I'm going to keep my eye out and see if Marini finishes last in this race. By a big margin, because I've been told that apparently that does keep happening in some career modes and things like that, and Grand Prix modes. So it'd be interesting to see if that does happen, because it might be a bug that needs fixing with the mod. Like I said earlier, of course, the mod will be in the link in the description below. If you got it on PC, so if you've got MotoGP 20 on PC, you can install the mod really, really easily. You do need to have a Steam version of the game though. Well, at least a fully updated version, and Steam would be the best way to go about it. It's also just the best way to go about it in general, in my opinion. But if you have it on console, Xbox or PS4, I'm sorry guys, but you can't install mods on those systems. You might be able to install it on the jailbroken PS4, but I'm not sure how to do that because I've not got one. So 5.6 seconds then ahead of Marc Marquez now. So yeah, just to address some of the comments, those are the sort of comments you usually get on mod videos. You can't install it on anything other than PC at the minute, as far as I'm aware, unfortunately. But sliding the rear tyre, then you can see how hot it is. Luckily, it has cooled down a little bit. If we had tyre wear on, the tyre would be definitely cooked, and I'm really, really upset that I forgot to change it. I just started the race, just thought I'll do a sort of 35% race, and I forget that every time you do a 3-lap race, it turns fuel consumption and tyre wear off, when really I think you should be allowed it on in a 3-lap race. Because it's not you're not going to get much tyre wear in a 3-lap race, but there still probably will be a little bit. The tyres get very hot in a 3-lap race, that's for sure anyway. But as we come through the final turn, what's this last lap going to be? I don't think it's going to be anything decent. As we come up towards the line, it's not a 2:01, it is a 2:02.7, I think it was, on the line there. But a win for Danilo Petrucci here at Austin. So in the end then, we won by 5.2 seconds ahead of Marc Marquez in second, and the other Repsol Honda of Pol Espargaro in third position. So the Repsol Honda's going very, very well at this circuit. Apparently I haven't got the fastest lap, so I'm going to be interested to find out who got the fastest lap. It was Lorenzo Savadori, apparently, with a 2:01.8 on the Aprilia. Right, that's definitely never going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. That AI should not be able to get that lap time. That is kind of weird. Other noteworthy results are probably Maverick Vinales in 16th. Marini didn't get last, so it's alright. Doesn't seem like there is any issues there. I think that's just been unfortunate luck for some people in their sort of career modes that they've been getting. Marini always finishing last by a big margin because he seems to be perfectly fine in this one. Valentino Rossi then in 13th place. Where's the next highest Yamaha? Fabio Quartararo in 9th, and then obviously Morbidelli in 5th position. I have obviously seen some reports as well, just in general, that AI need rebalancing. Some of the AI rider studios to be a little bit better, some a bit worse. I do agree with that to a certain extent, so there will be some tweaks going on. I will improve some riders, but I think overall, the overall performance isn't too bad, but I think that some riders, perhaps like Vinales, Rossi, probably Nakagami as well, now that I look at it, need improving. Oliveira down in 18th, he definitely needs a bit of a buff. So yeah, the KTM I think lets the AI riders down a little bit. But that's it for this video then, guys. I hope you did enjoy that one. The first video of the new year. I'm going to try and be a little bit more consistent again, like how I was at the start of last year. because I know over the last few weeks I've really not been uploading too consistently. Just been a little bit busy, you know, just spending time with family and things like that over the festive period. But hopefully I can try and upload a little bit more consistently. I've got career mode pre-planned. I want to do a MotoGP 2021 mod career mode for this year. I did do a community post not too long ago, a few days ago, so if you haven't seen it, do go check that out. I was asking if people want to see my 2021 season predictions for the MotoGP season, and everybody seems to be pretty interested in that, so I'm definitely going to do that at some point as well. And of course, I have seen in the comments as well, and I know it myself personally, we need to bring the rest of the R Racing season. Not too many rounds left of that, but I do need to edit those videos. So the season is totally done now. I'm not going to reveal the results of that, but some of you will know because you were in the league. But I think the next round is supposed to be Brno, so I will try and get that out as soon as possible. So career mode, the MotoGP 2021 career mode, probably a World Superbike career mode as well, if I can find the time for that. But that is sort of bottom of the list at the minute. And then we've got the R Racing, which has only got a few rounds left that need to be completed. I need to try and do one of those. But yeah, that's enough rambling for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.